Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and this is the other batch of books plus this batch of books. So we'll go through them and see what's in there, okay? So this again is my cousin's discards, the ones he doesn't want. So he's asking me to go through them to see which ones I want, the ones that are keepers and the ones that I will donate. Okay. Um, so we'll see you at the deep look. So this next one is this one. This is Major Operation, and this is by James White. Um, see, James White himself. The doctor has long been fascinated with the problem that will exist when it comes to treating other life forms. Okay. Anyway, so that's Major Operation. This is John Brunner, the Shockwave Rider. Never read this. Don't know what to expect. He was the most dangerous fugitive alive, but he didn't exist. Nicky Haflinger had lived a score of lifetimes, but technically he didn't exist. He was a fugitive from Tarnover, the high-powered government think tank that had educated him. First, he had broken his identity code, then he escaped. All right. Sounds okay, computerized. Now he had to find a way to restore sanity and personal freedom to the computerized masses and to save a world tottering on the brink of disaster. Sounds almost like, I don't want to say it, but cyberpunk. 1975, but I don't think that's the case. It predates the subgenre. And here we have Black Corridor, Michael Moorcock. And I think dramatic novel of mankind's final battle. Okay. The day of reading books whose every twist and turn is obvious has now passed, and the highest accolade that can be given a writer these days is that he surprises us. Michael Moorcock has quickly stepped to the forefront of that tiny coterie of surprise writers. Okay. That's high regard indeed. So that's the Black Corridor. And this is Connie Willis. Impossible Things. Okay. Don't know anything about this. This one looks interesting. And then we have the Darwin Awards. Chlorinating the gene pool. Okay. The next evolution. Alrighty. There's another Connie Willis. Lincoln's Dreams. Interesting. Winner of the John W. Campbell Award. This one looks interesting. For Jeff Johnston, a young historical researcher for a Civil War novelist, reality is redefined on a bitter cold night near the close of the lingering winter. Okay, so that one's pretty interesting. And this is a classic. This is A Journey to the Center of the Earth, which I read years ago. And Philip K. Dick's The Man Who Japed. Nice cover. And get back to the cover. Copyright 1956. This is a later edition, obviously. The Man Who Japed. And another James White. This is Hospital Station. And Roger Zelazny. Okay, let's see. Love his short stories. All right. That's that one. And this I'm not interested in. I'll put that aside. And this one. Okay. And this massive tome. I'll have to dig it out. Oh, Philip Pullman. That's an omnibus. All right. Oh. The Collected Stories of Philip K. Dick. Let's see which ones there are. Introduction by John Brunner. Okay. Null O. You can tell he was reading E. Van Vogt. Very interesting. So that's The Collected Stories, Volume 3 of Philip K. Dick. Alright, so that's that one. What do we got here? The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. The plus, I would imagine, The Murders in the Rue Morgue is in here, where he introduced the character C. Auguste Dupin, the Cask of Amontillado. Great stories. Oh my gosh. The Gold Bug. There it is. The Mystery of Marie Roget. The Purloined Letter. Those are the mystery, we call it the Mystery Awards, the Edgar Awards. All right, so that's that. And this is Volume 1 of the Science Fiction Hall of Fame. There's a Rose for Ecclesiastes by Zelazny. The Quest of Saint Aquin by Anthony Boucher. Arthur C. Clarke. One of my favorite stories of Arthur C. Clarke is The Star. This is another one of his, 9 Billion Names of God. Very, very, very good. So that's that. And then we got another massive tome. And this one is The Best Time Travel Stories of the 20th Century by Greenberg, edited by Greenberg and Harry Turtledove. That's that. And there's the classic, Canticle for Leibowitz, written by Walter M. Miller Jr., who wrote this book in reaction, I was told, to the destruction of the ancient library of the Benedictine abbey that was destroyed in Italy. He wrote this, the Canticle for Leibowitz. And then we have Ray Bradbury's Golden Apples of the Sun and Other Stories, anthology book. And then we have the Perchance to Dream. And that's Robert B. Parker. Perchance to Dream. Clive Barker. 11 Great Horror Stories. This is the Damnation Game, and this is the 11 Great Horror Stories, and including the Dunwich Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. So, Bram Stoker. Not too many people know how good a writer he was of horror stories, other than reading the novel Dracula. Anyway, so that's that. And then we have this one, Volume 1 of the collected stories of Philip K. Dick. The Variable Man, King of Elves, and a preface introduction, a foreword, and here's the introduction. Took us a while, by Roger Zelazny, none other. Alright, so that's that. Collected stories of Philip K. Dick. And this one is copyright 1974, vintage books. Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said, by Philip K. Dick. And this is Man in the High Castle, Philip K. Dick. Alright. And this massive tome are the novels of Raymond Chandler, the best ones. The Big Sleep, Farewell My Lovely, The High Window, and The Lady in the Lake. I already have this. Alright, so that's that. And then we have this one. This is Hello America, J.G. Ballard. And let's have a look here. Copyright 1981. First published in the U.S. by Carolyn Graff Publishers, 1988. And that's what we're holding in our hands. Is it a large? Yeah. It looks to be like large print. So this is J.G. Ballard. Hello, America. Blood music. This is A Maze of Death. And this looks like a book club of Men in the High Castle, but we'll look at it. Yes, book club edition. Oh yeah, it's from the science fiction bookstore, Phoenix Baca. Copyright 1962. Alright, so that's that. That's Philip K. Dick's Man in the High Castle. Nice. And you always recognize book clubs because they have nothing in the back. It's one way to see them. Usually they have nothing. And this is Martian Time Slip. And here is the famous one, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? How's this for a blurb? A kind of pulp fiction Kafka, a prophet. Do androids dream of a electric sheep? Interesting. All right. And Ian M. Banks, Peterson Engine. And oh wow. Let's have a look here. This might be a first edition. So we'll put that over here and examine this. This is James Tiptree Jr. This we know to be a pseudonym. Brightness falls from the air. It's book club. Okay, let's have a look here. Interesting. Very interesting. Cover art Joe Bergeron. Nebula Awards and Hugo Awards galore. The most colorful and impressive SF debut in decades was the advent of James Tiptree Jr. More than a dozen classic short stories lit the SF firmament in the 1970s. Interesting. I like the cover. Brightness falls from the air. So, James Tiptree Jr. is Alice Hastings Bradley Sheldon, who died in 1987, was born in 1915. All right. Very interesting cover. I think this one's a keeper, just like the cover. And beautiful. Just needs a cleaning. Right, so that's that one. And this is Connie Willis again. Doomsday Book. Interesting. Hugo and Nebula Award-winning author of Lincoln's Dreams. Okay, that's who she is. And just want to look here. Copyright 1992. I don't know, but this looks like a first edition. Yep. Yeah, this looks like a first. Published by Spectre, which is a division of Bantam Books. Right. And we have H.P. Lovecraft, Road to Madness, H.P. Lovecraft, Dreams of Terror and Death, introduction by Neil Gaiman, and Blood-Curdling Tales of Horror and the Macabre, H.P. Lovecraft. Dunwich Horror is in here. Shadow over Innsmouth. Alright, so that's that. And let's see, H.P. Lovecraft aside, we have Connie Willis. Oh my god, this dust jacket. Protector, well, it protected the dust jacket. To say nothing of the dog. Looks like a first. Copyright 1997. The Bantam Spectra is January 1998. Gustave Flaubert. God is in details. That's what I always say. The truth is in the details. Okay, so that's that. This is Empire of the Sun. We all know this was made into a film, autobiographical or account of J.G. Ballard's James Graham Ballard. Looks like a first. Yeah, this is the Simon & Schuster edition. The first Simon & Schuster edition, I would think. Let me just look here. Copyright 1984, Empire of the Sun. And this is, I believe, the hardcover edition of Handmaid's Tale. And 2 copies. The paperback and this edition. McClellan and Stewart, that's her publisher, I think. And copyright 1985, Canadian published McClellan and Stewart. Alright, so that's Handmaid's Tale. That's that one. This is Connie Willis, Bellwether, one of science fiction's best writers for the Denver Post. And there's the Anubis Gates, Tim Powers. Altogether, wonderful extravaganza, says Poole Anderson. Alright, so that's that for the big, thick tomes and Ian Banks. The Wasp. Ian Banks, Consider Phlebas. Interesting. An exceptional talent. This is an Orbit book. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this look at my cousin's discards. I have another box to look through. It's not as good as the first box, I think, but we'll have a look. You never know. You might find another first edition. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching, and if you like, always remember to give me that thumbs up. And thanks everyone for subscribing, and as always, feel free to comment. Thanks. Bye.